What's up everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be playing APM, American Planes Money. You guys know that you guys love this game, so we are back with a new video, and today we're going to be taking the TRX because we have to save 2 cars from a car crash using the brand new flatbed that they just added today. So if you guys are excited, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe, and let's get into it. So we have the TRX right here. It is looking so good. For a second I thought I had my TRX colored blue. Yeah, I don't know why it is orange, but that is fine. We're gonna be taking this thing, or you know what, I think I can change the color right here because I believe I had this. Oh, whoa, this thing looks nice black, but we're not gonna do black. Yeah, I think it was blue. Yeah, let me do that. And before we head out, let me actually close the garage. There we go, we closed the garage, and it looks like it is morning right now. We only have till the afternoon to do this, so we gotta be fast. So let me get in my TRX just like so. Let me turn this thing on, and let's start making our way over to the mechanic shop, because the mechanic shop, which is right here, is going to have the brand new semi with a flatbed, and we're going to be able to take it so we can save this massive car crash. Apparently there was a truck involved, and the truck ended up flipping over multiple times, which sounds pretty crazy. But as you guys can hear, this thing sounds so amazing. I might go in first person because look at this. Wait, let me make sure the road is clear before I take off. All right, let me turn right here, and look at this. Oh my goodness, this thing is so crazy. And this thing is so crazy that I ended up missing the road I had to take a turn in, but that is fine. Let's take a turn right on this road. Let me turn on my blinkers. Let's make a turn, and then we have the mechanic shop right down here. So let me find some parking. I think, you know what, let me just park it right up front. I think this should be a nice spot. You can see my hands twisting the steering wheel. That is pretty cool. But let me carefully do this. Let me back up, and I think that should be good. Let me check the back. Actually, you know what, I can get a little bit closer, so I think now that should be fine. Let me turn off the truck, and look at that. Oh my god, this truck is such a beauty. But anyways, we are now at the mechanic shop, or Tenny, I think that's what it's called. There's a sign up here that says Tenny, so we are Tenny. Let's see, where is the semi? Oh, it's right there. I see it. Hold on, let me open this right here, and would you take a look at this? Oh my goodness, dude, this thing is so long. Wait, can I hop on? Oh, look at that. Is this a chain? Oh, that is pretty sick. Yo, we gotta check this out. So let me get in right here. Let's turn it on, and let's pull out this bad boy. And before we actually take off, let's close the garage. So let me try to reach for the top. I cannot. I'm too short. All right, so it looks like I cannot close the garage. I am too short. Actually, you know what? No, never mind. I was gonna try to get on the flatbed and then try to close the garage, but I don't think that's gonna work. Anyways, let's start making our way over to the crash site, which is going to be located right around right here, around this bridge. So let me turn this thing on, and let me turn on the beacons as well. And let's see, the amber. Yeah, let's do amber. And I think we are now ready to go. Look at that. We've got all the lights turned on, and I don't think I've made a video with this semi. I mean, if I have, I probably forgot, to be honest. But this thing is pretty nice. I've never seen a semi with a flatbed. This is actually my first time. I mean, if you guys have seen one, let me know in the comments in real life. I've never seen a semi with an actual flatbed. But let me check the map. Just got to make sure we are going the right way, and it looks like we are. So we're gonna step on it and drive all the way to the bridge so we can check out this incident, so we can save them. I wonder how bad it is. So this is the gas station right here, which means we are very close. There should be a dirt road down here. So let me turn on my blinkers, and let's make a right turn just like so. And there should be a bridge down here, and it's kind of blurry. I think there is a car crash. Let's see how bad this is. And oh my goodness, this is really bad. Actually, the whole front of this Camaro is destroyed. Look at the suspension. And then we have a Ford right here that just completely flipped over. This is super bad. We gotta turn around the semi so we can start pulling these cars. Yeah, this is super bad. Look at that. Oh my goodness. All right, let me get in the semi, and let's flip this thing over so we can start pulling these cars. All right, so I'm gonna finish turning around. Let me just back up just like so. And I think our first goal is to, what should we do first? Should we try to flip over the Ford? I think we should try to do that. Let's see. Let me see if this works. I'm gonna park this thing right here, and then I think there should be a winch right here. Yeah, there's a winch right here. And then let me see if I can connect it to the Ford. And let's see. Nope, hold on. Let's see. Attach. All right, so we got this thing attached. We've got the chains. everything locked in, and let's see if this can work. So let me try to pull this thing. Okay, so it is getting pulled. I think I'm making things worse. All right, let me disconnect this because this is not good. Let me actually try to pull the dodge. See, let me try to pull this thing. Oh, this thing can barely move. Oh, this thing is super stuck. That is really bad. Look at the frames. Oh my goodness, we accidentally flipped it over. Well, not accidentally. Yeah, never mind. It was accidental. But look at that. We got the Ford standing up, and then we moved the Dodge out of the way. I think I'm gonna try to move the Ford a little bit back so we can get it on top of the flatbed. So let me just align myself just like so. All right, let me hop out, and then let's see. This is actually where we play with the functions. Oh, it turns this. Okay, I see. So if we go over here, you guys can see the lights are off, but if we click it on, the lights are now turned on. That's pretty cool, but it is currently not nice. So let me turn them back off, and I'm gonna raise the bed just like so, a little bit more, and I think that should be good right there. And now let's extend it so we can get it on the ground a little bit more, and I think that is going to be good right here. You know what, a little bit more. Okay, there we go. All right, let me get in the truck right here, the Ford. Let me turn this thing back on, and let's carefully place it on top of the bed just like so. I'm gonna turn off the engine, and I'm gonna keep the emergency lights on just like so, and I think we can raise this back up. So let me start lowering this. Look at that. That is pretty sick. And then I think we gotta retract it. Kind of looks funny. Whoa. That's a lot. All right, the truck looks different. Hold on, let me try to fix this. All right, there we go. Quickly had to fix that. For some reason it was kind of glitching, but I think we now gotta use this. But before we do, let me actually get the Camaro behind the flatbed, and I'm still laughing because look at the suspension on this thing. This thing had crashed so hard to the point where it completely messed it up. We're gonna have to fix it when we get back to the mechanic shop, but for now let me extend the stinger. Oh, look at that. And I think we lower this. Yeah, I think that should be good right there. And let me see, can I connect this? Let me try to connect this. Yeah, I'm not sure how to connect this. I'm gonna place it right here. Oh, that's how you do it. I forgot to press brake on my semi. Hold on, let me try to put the brakes on. Yeah, I don't know why it's getting pushed. So let me retract it a little bit, and I think we are now ready to go. And for some reason my semi keeps moving. It's a little bit odd. All right, I'm gonna turn my semi back on, and let's start making our way all the way to the mechanic shop. To be honest, I thought this job was going to be a little bit more difficult, but so far it's been fairly easy. But I think what kind of surprised me was when we ended up flipping the truck back over, because I ended up doing it on accident. But as you guys can see, we got everything. We got the Ford on the flatbed, and then we've got the Dodge, or no, I think this is a Camaro on top of the Stinger. Quite the setup we've got going on, and I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty heavy carrying all of this. But anyways, let's make a left turn right here. That was not the best right turn. But as you guys can see, we are now back at the mechanic shop. We have another job of unloading every single thing back into the mechanic shop. And before I start unloading all of this, I'm gonna open one of the garages. Actually, you know what, I'm gonna open both garages. So let me open this one up, and then let me open this one as well, so we can throw in the Camaro and the Ford truck in there so they can get this fixed. And oh my goodness, look at my truck, it looks so good. And why is my semi moving? All right, so let me hop in my semi, and let me carefully back into the garage. This is gonna be more difficult than I thought. All right, let me try to back into the mechanic shop just like so, and let's try to disconnect it from the Stinger just like so. Let me just pull this back right here. I'm gonna park it right back here. I'll turn the engine off, and then let me fold the Stinger back. Whoops. Alrighty everyone, I ended up fixing the Stinger back to its normal position, and now we just gotta load the Ford truck in the second garage. So let me fix myself and back into the second one. So I think I'm gonna park it right here just like so, and let me go towards the controls, and let me start lowering the bed. All right, first I think we have to raise it, and then I think we have to extend it. What is happening to my semi? And all right, cool. Now we just gotta hop in, roll this thing, and park it right down here. Awesome. Look at that. We've got the Ford truck that is completely destroyed, and the Camaro that is also completely destroyed from the suspension, successfully delivered. Let me just pull this back. Hold on, where is it? Oh no, that is not good. All right, so let me retract my bed. Let me lower this, and then let me retract it just like so, and then we are almost done with this job, and I think that should be good. Look at that, perfect, like completely normal. Let me just close this thing back down. Wait, hold on, this thing is not working. Okay, there we go. Everyone say goodbye to the Ford and to the Camaro, and we have one last job, and that is to park our semi back where we got it from. So let me align myself because I feel like I am very crooked, and let's back into the garage, and there we go. We are now parked in the garage. Let me put this in park, turn it off, and then let's also turn off our beacon in, and then our amber. Where is it? Okay, there we go. Off. Awesome. Look at that. Now I just gotta try to close this. Awesome. Finally. I tried to close it earlier today, but it was not working. And let's go inside of Tenny's and let's see if we can talk to anyone. Why is there 2 doors right here? That's a weird layout. Anyways, let's see. Oh, hello, good sir. I kind of left a couple cars in the mechanic shop. Can you guys fix them? Oh, yes. Awesome. Talk to my manager. He'll pay for them. All right, bye. I don't know why that was a little bit awkward. But anyways, let's hop into our TRX, this complete monster. Oh yeah, look at this. We are so back. And we can finally head back home, which with the power of editing, I'll catch you guys over there in 3, 2, and 1. Home sweet home. Alrighty, everyone. It looks like we are now back. Let me just park in my driveway, just like so. And we are now done. Let me actually check what time is it. And okay, it looks like we are 1 hour away from the sunset, which means we managed to complete this job just in time. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe. But for now, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.